children, how are you? I hope that everybody are fine and safe at home. And in our last video, we were discussing about the living things. Yes children, I hope everybody have understood the differences between living things and non-living things. Before we start into our new lesson, let us have a quick review about the living things and non-living things. Do you know children, what are the living things? Living things can grow, move from one place to another place, reproduce. Yes children, they will also give rise to offsprings. Okay, but non-living things? The non-living things cannot do all these activities. I hope you have understood the concept of living things and non-living things. And now we are going to our lesson 2, that is called as plant life. Repeat it children, what it is? Plant life. Yes, we have already discussed that plants are the living things. Okay, plants are the living things. Plants play an important role in one's life. Why? Because we are getting many different items from the plants. Daily what we are eating children? We are eating food. So if you want food, where we will go? We have to depend upon the plants. We are living. How we are living? We are living because we are taking in air. We are getting fresh air that is rich in oxygen. But where do we get this fresh air? We are getting this fresh air from the plants. So plants are giving us food and life. So plants play an important role in one's life. So without any late, let us start our lesson 2. Okay, now we'll see again. What it is? Plant life. The name itself is showing that plants are our life. The plants are our life. They are giving us life. We all depend upon directly or indirectly on the plants. The plants are the supportive system of the whole ecosystem. If you see what is an ecosystem, the surroundings which consist of animals, plants, living things, all the creatures, plants are the supportive system for this ecosystem. So that importance is there for the plants. Now we'll see what does these plants do to us and in what way they are going to help us. Ready children? Okay, before we start the lesson, I hope you are maintaining your science book and along with a pen. Okay. Okay children, now let us see how the plants are going to reproduce by the different methods. And first thing you'll see, we know there is a seed. As I have already said that all the plants come from the seed. So how the seed is being germinated? The seed is first sown in the soil. Sown in the soil. And when it is sown in the soil, when we add some water to the seed, what it will happen? It will undergo the process of germination. What it is children? The process of germination. What is this germination? Germination is nothing but the process of conversion of the seed into a seedling. What it will do? The seed will take the water and it will start growing. That process is called as germination. Children, repeat it. Germination. So in this way the plants are reproducing. Okay children. So when the seed is sown in the soil, it will take water. Along with the water, it is also taking the sunlight. What it is there? You know, the sunlight is present everywhere. So the seed, the water, the sunlight and the soil contains the minerals. What does the soil contain children? Minerals. So if a seed have to grow, what are the basic requirements for that seed to grow properly? Those are nothing but water, minerals and the sunlight. In this complete process of germination, a seed is converted into a seedling and the seedling will become a baby plant and the plant will grow and it will become a tree. Do you know, children, there are different types of trees or the plants. You know, the plants are categorized. The plants are categorized into different themes. Shrubs, herbs, trees, climbers. Have you ever heard these words, children? How the plants are? The plants are like the shrubs. Shrubs means they are short and bushy. Herbs, they are very small. Trees, you know, the tree means it will have a big trunk and it will become a big in size. And the climbers means they will take some support and they will grow. So how all these types of plants are growing? All these types of plants are growing with a single seed. How they are growing? Only a single seed. From this single seed only you are getting trees or herbs or shrubs or climbers. Now we will think how actually these plants are growing. I said that trees are multicellular or the plants are multicellular. They have number of cells. Then I said only a seed is taken. Have you ever thought what is present inside the seed? How? This is a single cell. Seed is nothing but a single cell. But how this single cell is growing into a multicellular? How it is growing into a multicellular? Have you ever thought of this, children? Have you thought? See, a single seed is growing into a multicellular. You can take either it is a herb, shrub, climber or a tree. It is a multicellular organism. It is a multicellular living thing. Then how a single seed is becoming a multicellular thing? There is something present in this seed. Now let us learn what is present in the seed and how this single seed is grown into a different varieties of plants and how the reproduction procedure is seen in our plants. Okay, children? Now, children, I have a question for you. How do plants reproduce? How do plants reproduce, children? Plants reproduce through seeds. This is the basic method of reproduction. You know that, yes? The plants reproduce through seeds. But not only through seeds, the plants can also reproduce by other body parts of the plant. Let us see what are the different other body parts from which the new plants can grow. The other body parts of the plants from which a new plant can grow are roots, leaves and stems. Not only through the seeds, the new plants can be grown from roots, leaves and stems. And in our further videos, we will learn about these methods of reproduction. As I said that reproduction means giving birth to a new plant. Here we are talking about the plant. So, we are talking reproduction about the plant. Giving rise to a new plant is nothing but reproduction. By in which process the plant is going to reproduce. Either it is using the seeds or the roots or the leaves or the stems. Okay, children? Okay. And now I want to say another point. Few plants like ferns and mosses reproduce through tiny particles called spores. Not only the bigger plants. As I already said that there are different kinds of plants. Shrubs, herbs, climbers and trees. Yes? These are the four different categories of the plants. Some will reproduce through seeds. Some may use the reproduction by roots, some by leaves and some by stems. And there are few other plants called as ferns and mosses. These ferns and mosses are generally seen in the large tropical forest. Okay, children? These are very small plants. Ferns are nothing but these are very small and tiny plants. And mosses are nothing but you can call them as nachu in Telugu or sometimes see if you observe the soil, the green patchy structures grow. Thick green patchy structures grow on the soil. These are nothing but mosses. Okay, children. Okay, these mosses and ferns will reproduce by using tiny spores. These are spore-like structures. Okay, these are spore-like structures, and through these spores they are reproducing. See, in the plants, now we will talk about the asexual reproduction of plants. Asexual reproduction of plants. This is nothing but, asexual reproduction is nothing but reproduction through the different parts of the plant. Reproduction through the different parts of the plant. This is a very easy topic, children. Whenever we are discussing about them in the detail, you can clearly identify the difference and you will learn it very easily. Okay, children. So now we'll see the procedure of reproduction in stems. Have you identified this picture? Say, children. Potato, correct. So if you see at your home, get a potato from the market and leave it aside for a few days. After a few days, you can observe greenish eye-like structures seen on the potato. These eye-like structures are nothing but buds. What are these, children? Buds. These buds, if you cut a piece of these buds and place it in the soil, just take a potato, cut this piece which is containing the eye or a bud and put it in the soil. Put some water onto the soil. After a few days, you can find a shoot coming out of the bud. Why? Because this potato is nothing but a modified stem. This potato is nothing but a modified stem, and this eye-like structure has a capability of growing into a new plant. So this potato can give rise into a new plant. We'll see the next example. Ginger. Ginger is also a kind of modified stem. Even the ginger also contains the same eye-like structures. If you cut that eye-like structures and you can place it in the soil, then after a few days you can see a new plant coming out of the soil. Next, we'll see the onion. Have you seen this, children? Onion. Onion is a kind of bulby structure. Onion is a kind of bulby structure. It is also an example of modified stem. So, wherever you put these three kinds of stems, either you can take potato, either ginger or the onion. If you try this experiment at home, you can find a new plant emerging from a stem part. As I have already said, not only through the seeds, the other different parts can grow into a new plant like stem, leaves and roots. Stem, leaves and roots. So in this picture you can clearly see the stem parts, the potato, the ginger and the onion. Now children, if you are really interested to do this activity at your home, please do try this one. Take a nice potato. It is very easy thing. Take a nice potato, cut it near the piece of the eye, a little bigger piece, and place it in the soil and daily add few drops of water to it. After a few days, as the time passes on, this eye or the bud can convert into a new plant. So this is a kind of reproduction from the stem. Have you understood this, children? Many of the farmers use these techniques. Many of the farmers use these techniques of reproduction to produce a larger quantity of production. If you want to develop, if they wanted to produce more amount of the crop, they will use this simple technique called reproduction through stems. Now we'll see other techniques of growing different kinds of plants by using the method called stem cutting. Up to now we have seen how the stem or the modified stems are grown from the bulb-like structures. Okay. Here these are plants. See, rose, hibiscus, bougainvillea, sugarcane and crotons. Some are shrubs, some are plants, some are shrubs. Shrubs are also kind of plants. Some are a little longer plants. So all these are directly having stems. All these plants have stems. Then how, in what way the stems are used for growing into a new plant? So first we'll discuss about this plant, rose plant. I think that every children love to see the rose flowers. Why? Because the rose flowers are very bright in color and they are of different colors also. And if you observe a rose plant, you can see the complete bush will be completely with the flowers. It is very beautiful to look at. So in what way this rose plant is being propagated or reproduced? Through the stem cutting. In this technique, what the farmers will do? They will take the stems which are very thick in size. They will take, if you consider this as a stem, they will take a thick stem and they will put some cuttings on the stem. What they will put? They will put some cuttings on the stem. Let us see here. Children, see, if you observe here, if it is a stem like this, take it as a stem. What they will do is, they will cut the stem like this and they will put a new stem. They will attach a new stem and they will bind it with the plastic tape. So this is one stem and this is another stem. So here they are taking two stems of the two different rose plants and they are attaching one into it, one into another one. So in this way the rose plants are being propagated very easily. Why? Because this rose plants doesn't have any kinds of seeds. They will give flowers and this plant can reproduce by using this stem cutting technique. Not only this rose, even the hibiscus. Ask your mother, if you take a nice thick stem of a hibiscus and you place it in the soil, that new stem will grow into a new plant. This is generally done at home. But these roses, because rose flowers are grown in a larger farms. Okay children, so this stem cutting is generally done by the different kinds of farmers. Not only the rose, hibiscus, bougainvillea, bougainvillea, sugarcane and croton. All these plants are grown by using the procedure called stem cutting. So from the stems, the new plants are being reproduced. Okay children, from the stem cuttings only, the new plants can be grown very easily at home. You can try with any of these plants, Next one is the strawberry plant. The strawberry plants, if you have visited the strawberry plants, the strawberries are not either shrubs or herbs, they are called runners. Runners means the stem, whenever the stem is touched to the ground, it will grow into a new plant. That is called a runner. Here in the strawberry, whenever the stem is growing and touching the soil, what it will go? It will grow into a new strawberry plant. See, here the strawberries have long stems. The strawberries are having long stems. These stems are nothing but the runners. They are called as runners. See, if you see, observe like this. So whenever the whenever the branch or the stem touches the ground, it will grow into a new plant. So in this way, the plants can be reproduced. First one from the seed and second one from the stem. So these two methods, I hope that you have understood. And before I end this video, I hope that you have clearly understood what is the method of reproduction in plants. Yes children, And I would like to give you a homework. Take a potato. What you will do? Take a potato. See, science is always experimental. Whenever we are doing some experiments, we have new things. We will learn new things on our own. We are very small children. You people are very small children. So you can do these experiments very easily at home. Take a bottle. Cut it into two pieces. Take the bigger part and put some soil into that one. And now take a potato. What you will take? Take a potato. As I said in the class, cut that potato near the eye and place it in the soil. And daily water the soil very less. Only less water can be added to the soil, not more water. Why? Because if you add more water, it is a smaller thing, it will spoil. Okay. So put it in the sunlight for few days, and after few days you can observe a new plant coming out of this potato. I hope children you will try this experiment at home, and we will see the result. Once you get the result, please post them in the WhatsApp group. Okay children, take care. Okay children, in this picture you can see the procedure of germination. Germination is nothing but how a plant grows from a seed. The method of growing a plant from a seed. We will learn about it in the further videos. See here how the underground stem is being modified, or it can grow into a new plant, the ginger. Okay children, how the modified stems are grown. And in this picture you can see the stem cutting. As we have already discussed the stem cutting. See, the rose, hibiscus, bougainvillea, sugarcane, these kinds of plants can be regrown into new plants by using the stem cutting method. Okay children, see in this picture you can clearly observe how a stem is placed into another stem for the production. And I already said that about the hibiscus. If you take a nice strong stem and place in the soil, the stem itself gives rise to a new plant. Even this also you can try at home children. This is an easy method of reproduction. Okay, all these are asexual methods of reproduction. Here about the strawberry, these are the runner plant. See how the stem is grown into a new plant. The stem itself can grow into a new plant. So we will discuss more in the next video.